today. Today is Saturday. It's 40 degrees outside in Houston, Texas, which is nice. Wind chill, 30, nice. So we're gonna do favorite, always fun to do, roast beef for roast beef debris or roast beef po' boys. Chuck roast, don't spend a lot on your chuck. It's an inexpensive piece of meat. No, sorry. Bad cat, bad mignon. We can keep that in there if you want. Basically, you get several types of chuck roast. You get just very inexpensive base chuck roast. Then you can get prime. There's Wagyu. The cost difference is about $3 a pound for the Wagyu versus just a prime. So this is a 3.5 pound chuck roast and it's about 20 bucks, give or take. Meat's going up, yeah, unfortunately. Not my fault, but this is an easy thing to do. It's basically just some basic prep, and then on the stove, we're gonna cook it down, we're gonna brown it, and then it goes in the oven 350, 4 hours, 3 hours, totally fine. So, salt and pepper, yes. Use whatever salt you want, but these are big pieces of meat, so salt them heavy. Don't feel bad, don't be bashful. We're gonna do the other side too. Let me get some pepper. You can do some ground garlic too, it's totally fine. And don't worry about people saying, oh, you're gonna burn the pepper. Guess what? This is gonna be in a stock base for a long time. No worries. Some garlic powder, real easy. Chopped up some onions, gonna do some onions with it. No bell peppers. Pepper, pepper. All right, now, come on over, come see. We're gonna put it on the stove. You can use any type of oil you want except olive oil. In. And I cut this in half. All right. Gonna go ahead and season this again. More salt on it. So instead of using like vegetable oil, I decided to use these guys, the Bacon Up. It's good, it's good stuff. It's shelf stable for about a year, I think. So you're in good shape. More garlic powder. Good. Pat it in, you're good, no worries. And you want to get a good sear on all sides, guys. Nice medium high. I wasn't paying attention. So whether you're using vegetable oil like Crisco, Wesson, or bacon fat, that's bacon fat. A little bit different flavor, not much. You're not going to notice any difference on the roast beef at all. Just find something that works better for you. Key is browning. If you don't brown the meat, it comes out like it's this pasty gray stuff. Never good. You got to give it color. This gives it the color. Basic beef stock, nothing special. You know, salted or unsalted, doesn't matter. I put a couple of these in there. No wine. You can put some beer. If you want to do beer and after this is browned up, you can do that. Not a big deal. But I tell you what is very good with roast beef. My buddy, he has a winery now, Wildchild. Jonathan Honefinger, Madeline Ford, thank you. Good stuff. Pinot, fabulous. Gamay, wonderful. And then there was an unknown brand. He didn't say what it was to me, but I know it was a Pinot. It was really neat. See, he just calls it Leah's 2021 WCW. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. It was good. Thank you, Jonathan. Good job, by the way. Real good job. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. It needs more time, but that's all right. See? That's not enough. We're just going to turn it back over. In about another 5 minutes. I had to turn the temp up a bit to a medium high. Medium high. Good. Get a nice brown. And you really want to try to get as much of the sides, the small sides, browned as well. You don't want to forget about that. Just browning, simple browning. Remove it, hit it with the vegetables, put it back in. Real simple, real easy. You'll not be dissatisfied. That's what you want, right there. Look at that. We're gonna grab a bit more onions than normal. That's one, but I'm gonna do another. You wanna get all that debris off the bottom. If you think you need some more oil, add some butter. Totally fine. Anytime you sear onions, guys, in a nice reduction of oil, the aromas are just outstanding. I mean, it's tough. If you've never cooked down onions before, it's really an incredible aroma that you get. And they're very different. White onions versus red onions. I have them both, use them both, but the white ones are just stunning. You get this phenomenal acidic sweet smell that just comes out, and there's a reason you have seared down onions with fajitas. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit more instead of, let me get some butter. How about that? Add a little bit of butter. Not much, just a tad. Not much. A couple of knobs, just to give a little bit more fluid, because I did soak up some of that bacon fat. And what you can do is take a little bit of beef stock right now, in case you're worried about burning anything. Just a little bit, just to make it easier to pull some stuff off the top. There you go. Good. Nice. That's all right. That's what we want. What I'm going to do is put some whole garlic in there now. And my advice is, look, if you want to peel it, you want to buy whole bulbs and peel it, have at it. I don't want to. I get mine fresh. They're peeled almost every day, wherever you're getting them from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just kind of break them up a tad. Yep. 1. Yep. 2. 5. Good. That's all you need. And it's going to break up nicely over the course of several hours. So don't worry. And my advice is don't add any salt to this any further with the beef stock. I would taste it at the very end when it's done, literally done, see if it needs some salt. If it does, add some, but don't over salt it. Even though this is a big piece of meat that we got in here, just, all right, now, let's go ahead and do this. So this is how you make roast beef or roast beef po' boys or roast beef debris. Either way, whatever, it all comes out the same. Bring this to a boil. It's gonna come quick anyway. Probably gonna have to add another one of these in here. What you'll find out is this, depending on how you want your gravy for the roast beef. Some people like it thicker, some are thinner, or more liquid. It really depends what you like. What I would say is at the very, very end, when the roast is basically just shredding apart on its own, remove it and cook down the gravy if you think it needs to be thickened a little bit. I wouldn't overcook it trying to thicken it up with the meat in there. I would try to pull it off and just try to get a high heat, bring it down a bit. You can always add some butter and some flour if you want. That'll thicken it up as well, but you don't want to overdo it either. Then it's just like, And they go back in, right back on in. 1, 3, and we want that. Just a little bit more. That's how we want it. Just below, guys. Now what do we do? It's simple. Top, on. Oven. Easy. 350. 4 hours. Fire off. There. Leave it and forget about it, guys. This has been in here for 4 hours. All right, let's see how this turned out. I added a little bit of stock to it. Let me get out of the way quick. I'm gonna bring it over here. It's quite hot. We'll leave it there. There we are. Let's see. Look at that. It's breaking up very nicely. That's just what we want for roast beef debris, for a po' boy. Now I've not added any salt to this yet, so because sometimes if you don't want to over salt it, it's probably going to need some. Let's go ahead and break this up. It should break apart very easily without any problems, just like this is. What I always like with this is roast beef debris over grits in the morning. So nice that way. And remember what I said, if you think it's too thin, a sauce, you can always add some flour, some butter, not a problem. Let's see, since we're doing this for roast beef po' boys, I'm quite happy with the constituent nature of it. Let's taste it and see. A little bit of salt, not much. But you see what 3 pounds does. When you get a bunch, you do. I generally like more gravy. It's just me, so I'd probably add gravy to it, not thicken it up. Where'd my pepper go? I like Tabasco. That me. Where'd my pepper? I know I got pepper. There it is. Pepper. Nice, nice, nice. There you go. Remember, it's a lot of meat, guys. All right, let's taste that now. Better. Yeah, that's nice. You want a sandwich, right? You want a po' boy, you gotta see how it's done. Generally, you just get iceberg lettuce. Easy. I had some romaine, so we're gonna do that. We're not gonna tell anybody. The consistency is different. Yes, it is, I know, but it's all right. No biggie. No biggie. You gotta have good French bread, guys. You can't have funky French bread either. Mayonnaise. I know some people are like, oh no, I don't want mayonnaise. Sorry. Gotta have mayonnaise on your French bread. But I will not put any on right now. I'll let y'all figure out your own amounts of French bread you need. Come here. Come on. I got this from Croissant Brioche in the Village. Good stuff. I'm not gonna put a big one on here. Make a big one is what I'm trying to say. Don't cut your fingers. Don't cut your fingers. Now I like my French bread toasted for this, but you don't have to. What some people do is take this whole thing and soak it in a gravy, in a sauce. It's usually a northern thing. Totally cool. I'm not gonna give anybody crap for it. But there's that. If you want the gravy to soak in here, what you gotta do is get a big old thing of this. Come on. Let it soak into the bread on the bottom. That's always very nice. Ooh, yes, look at that. Come on. And it's already pretty juicy, so, but you want more gravy, just grab it from the bottom, put it on, let it soak in. Add as much as you want on here. But I would put mayonnaise directly on now before you do this, and you just load it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then phew, there. Crunchy. Get in there. Get in there. And there's your po' boy. This is your roast beef po' boy. And again, you can make it as sloppy as you want or as clean as you want, meaning don't add a lot of gravy if you don't want to. But that's it. Now, you can put cheese on here, totally fine, love it. Mayonnaise, I like mine with mozzarella or provolone, not as much Swiss, nothing wrong with Swiss, but mayonnaise as well. It is so good. Stuff will last for centuries.